hopefully this works, but hey everyone, new setting actually. To be honest, I was filming up there. When I was up there were people like walking along or like around me, and it was really quiet. It's really quiet here, which is why I picked this area. People were walking in a circle, and I felt like I was disturbing the peace by being up there. At least here, there's no one here, at least right now. So if I speak kind of loudly and keep on filming, I don't think anyone would mind too much. But yeah, anyway, welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today, as you can see from the title, I'll be talking about the cafe culture here in Seoul and in Korea. If you're new here, I'm doing a series that I'm going to be talking about some aspects of Korea, some aspects of Seoul that I feel like I've learned the last year that I've been here. I've already talked a little bit about other things here, like work culture, moving, other aspects, friends as well. But today will be about cafes and coffee. Hopefully my camera won't fall. I'm like recording on like a little kind of scary area. But I thought maybe I'd tell you a little bit more about coffee here, in my opinion, from my perspective, because I feel like it's really cool here in Korea. How they have everything set up, the design all the way down to the coffee is amazing. I feel like it's such a huge part of everyday life in Korea. Everyone here who's Korean, they drink a lot of coffee. Americanos is the main staple here in Korea. Like recently, I went to an expo, a coffee expo, and I was able to see a lot of different brands, international, also Korean, and you could kind of see that there are a lot of artisan coffee and also a lot of major brands that focus here on the Korean market. You know, they have foreign-owned coffee chains like Starbucks, also more local chains here. But yeah, I personally don't like going there unless I have some work or have to meet someone there, just to have a little chat. But I think what's really cool about Korea is their more local cafes. Chains, if they have a couple locations, but more local ones. So now I think I'll tell you my 3 favorite cafes here in Korea. I think I'm not going to choose the more known ones. I'm going to choose the ones that are kind of my favorite that I've been here for different reasons. I'll explain why. So the first cafe that I really like is Minky's Dessert in Bangbae. It's a Canadian dessert cafe. Recently though, they've been kind of changing their marketing. I don't know, they're like Australian cafe, maybe Dubai cafe, I'm not sure. I like that cafe because the owner's really nice. Coffee is great. They take coffee beans from Duke's Coffee, which was from the expo actually that I just talked about. And they make really international desserts. And so yeah, I've worked with them before. If you know me personally, you've seen some of my photos for them. But I really like it because of the owner. The owner's really nice. She introduced me to a lot of different people. Also gave me a lot of advice about Korea, and even helped me set up my business here, which was really nice of her. I want you to know, if you're ever in Korea, please go there because the owner can speak English if you're foreign. Also, they have really good egg tarts, so try those out if you're there. And then the second place that I really like is I actually discovered it more recently. It's in like the Shilim area. It's called Sanho. It's like more of a study cafe. I don't know, but they have like books you can read. They have a whole different menu, all the way from coffee to drinks. Because I think at nighttime they turn into some type of bar. But people usually study there. When I got there weren't that many people, but by the time I left, there were quite a bit of people. And so I like going to these places to like do some work to study if I don't want to go to a big chain like Starbucks or some Korean chain here. The vibe's always different, and also it's very chill. It's good to take pictures too. I didn't take any pictures when I was there, but when I've been there in the past, there are a lot of people taking pictures of the scene. And so I thought that was a really nice place, and it's on the 4th floor. It's a little bit non-traditional. There is no sign on the front, so if you were to go there, you have to see the sign passing by or find on Naver Maps. So I think it's a little bit low-key, but maybe high-key because a lot of people know of it, and so, or at least because it's busy. I think there are a lot of cafes like that in Seoul, but I like this place because it feels like, because that there's no sign in the front, it's a little bit low-key, and I like low-key places. And then lastly, this place was not as recent as the Shilim place, but it's called Pasero. I think it's German. They have like German writing on the interior. I'm not an architecture expert, but I think the interior is a little brutalist. It has like a lot of concrete. If you look around inside from the interior, it doesn't look that polished, but I think that's the vibe they're going for. Seems like in Korea, there's like that type of vibe for different cafes. And so it's really nice to go there because they specialize in espresso. And I've never actually tried espresso in Korea in that type of style of bar because they sell Americano and other drinks, but their main thing is espresso. And the owner's really nice. He actually remembered me from last time, which is pretty cool. I just like the vibe inside there, and also the coffee because the espresso is super strong. while they add like a little hint of like sweetness from like the cream or from the oranges from my first drink. I loved it so much that I basically got a second one. So if you're in Korea, please try that place. But to be honest, this video isn't really a recommendation video. I just want to tell you a little bit about my time here in Korea. And I think those 3 places are very representative of maybe a lot of different cafes in Seoul. If you come to Korea, expect to see that type of thing, because I think in the US, slowly the cafe culture seems to be changing. The first time I came to Korea, it was really cool to see that there was a huge culture. And I don't even think I really liked cafes in the US at the time, but because of Korea, I became really big on them. I like it here because the vibe is nice. It's a lot of study vibe, also a chill vibe, place to hang out, talk. A lot of like older women, like ajumma or like grandpas, they come and gather in like the chains. Whereas like at these more like artisanal cafes, it's like maybe what I would call them. It's more younger people. And so the vibes are different. And I think maybe the purpose, maybe it has something to do with the price and the aesthetic, because the aesthetic is really nice inside these artisanal cafes. But I highly recommend trying the cafe culture in Asia, in Korea, because it's really different from anywhere else. And so I'm a little bit late on this video, so I'm really sorry, everyone. As you can see, it's spring here in Korea. The cherry blossoms are blooming. Maybe I'll make a video of that soon. Kind of need to move along on this series so that I can get to the more fun stuff, because I'm just doing a lot of reflection here. Thanks to everyone for watching. See you in the next video. Bye.